So in terms of RRSP versus TFSA, what are the differences?
Simply put, the RRSP, which is the Registered Retirement Savings Plan, is, like I said, it's a registered savings vehicle where when you make a contribution, you get a deduction from your income. Now, for the short calculation, think of it as it's a 1/3 benefit. So for every dollar you contribute, you get about 30 cents of actual dollars back. Okay, it's not that accurate, but it's a good ballpark. The purpose of the contribution is for savings. That's the primary purpose. But you also get the secondary benefit of getting a reduction in your taxable income for the year.
Right.
That may or may not contribute to a tax refund depending on your income situation and your tax situation, like what you've already paid. So, but what it does is it lowers your taxable income, and it has a significant impact because unlike a pension contribution, like your registered pension plan, we only get a 15% non-refundable tax credit for that. The RRSP is a dollar for dollar deduction on your income. That's why it's so significant.
Okay.
The TFSA doesn't give you any tax benefits in terms of deduction, but the reason they do that is because you don't pay tax on any interest it accrues or any dividends that it earns. And one of the questions that comes up all the time with people who now have these new TFSAs is they're going, it only generates like a 0.5 point of interest. What is the purpose of it? And I have to explain them. Says, well, when you just stick it into a general account, it's going to generate a minimal amount of interest. Once it's in your registered account, you can do other things with it, whether that be stocks and bonds, equities, mutual funds, GICs. There's other investment vehicles from within your registered account that you can move it to that will give you a greater yield. And Gord can speak to some of the different options there, but people just stick it in the general account and think it's going to like compound all kinds of interest, and they come back and go, 0.5 point?
I think people are also becoming victims of the marketing, so to speak. Whenever I see various institutions, I'm not going to name any, obviously, but it is often a daily interest rate of return that is the advertised, and I think that's further fueled people's belief that that's the only investment vehicle. General rule of thumb, I mean, if it's going to fit in your RRSP, it's going to fit in your TFSA. Just when selecting the underlying investment, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough scale. It's not the problem that it was when they were first introduced. If you've been contributing all along and have done well with your investment, it should be no issue to have whatever you would have in your RRSP and your TFSA and your